Okay, so in this part, we'll see what are various things we have on our Google Analytics dashboard, what reports can we find on our Google Analytics dashboard. Then we'll understand the admin settings of our Google Analytics account. So some important settings like data retention, and after that we'll learn how we can create custom events in Google Analytics and how can you set up new conversion goals, right? Then we'll see how you can connect Google Analytics with other tools, for example Google Ads or Google Search Console, so that you can connect all these tools together and analyze all the data. So now, as we are on Google Analytics main homepage, in this dashboard you have overview of some data, like as you can see here, active users, how many active users are there on your website currently, how many event counts, right? How many new users are coming to your website like for that particular day or time, right? And some of the key events like conversions, right? So all this data you can get from here, right? So you can get some of the overview of this data, that is useful, but lot of information that you will be having here, you can use that but not for a long time, right? So simply put, you get small snapshots of reports on this home page. So here you can see it is for 7 days. Yes, this data will appear for last 7 days. If you want it for today, you can set it for today, or for yesterday you can set it for yesterday, right? And now if we move further, we can see there are various tabs and snapshots of our reports that gives an overview of what is going on with your website, right? This snapshot is particularly for telling you from which part or from which country our active users are coming, right? You can get more insights and recommendation. If I'll click on this, see suggested highlights, then I'll create selected. Now as we have created our account recently, so what will Google Analytics do? It will take around 24 hours to track our data from our website, right? So don't worry, it take time, but you will for surely, after connecting your Google Analytics with your website, you will get your data reports accurately, right? Then you will get some AI based insight suggestions, but we'll not spend a lot of time on these things because this is dynamic for every website, and when you can use some advanced settings and can get more data, then why you must spend time here, right? It is just for overview. So we'll move further. So other than home tab, what other important tabs that you will see here are reports, explore, and advertising, right? So in reports you get a lot of reports about what events and what actions are going on your website. Then in exploring you get the facility to make different type of funnels, right? So after this there is advertising, and in advertising you get a lot of functions for the advertising part, right? But before coming to this part, like this report, explore, and advertising, we'll go and explore few important settings, right, where you have to give your priority. Then we'll explore these tabs, right? Now firstly we'll come to our admin setting, right? And after that you will get different type of settings. First is account setting and other is property setting. So now as we are on the admin setting, now these settings have recently changed, and that's why if you are using Google Analytics for a long time, then also you will find many options like scattered all around. So let's go through it, and there are some important settings that we need to change, right? Firstly, there are account related setting. As you can see here, there is account related setting, and if you want to give access to any other person, like if there is any person you want to give access, or any vendor or client or any colleague, if you want to give access, then how will you do that? Let's understand that, right? Firstly, we'll come onto account setting. I'll just drop down, and then as you can see here, it is written account access management. I'll click on this, and then this window will appear, right? Here you will click add users, right? I will go to this plus button and I will click on add users. Now after this, you have to enter your email ID to which person, the email ID of the person or vendor or client you want to give access to, right? And then after this, you have to set a level, right? What is the level of access you want to give to that particular person. So there are various kinds of level. You can select one of them, right? So for example, there is viewer, there is analyst, there is marketer, there is editor and administrator, right? Administrator is having the full control of the account. Editor can edit all data and setting from account but cannot manage like users, right? Then marketer get access like editing audiences. They can edit audiences, they can edit key events, attribution models, logback windows, even for account, right? And other as well, right? So now if we move further, we just have to enter the email address and we'll click on add, right? Let's put one email here. And then I'll click on marketer and I will click on add, right? So now as you can see, there are two people that are having access to this account, right? One is marketer and one is the administrator, like which have created this account, right? So now we'll again come on to our settings window, but again these are all basic settings and you can explore them by yourself. But let me tell you few other important settings, right? So if we'll come on data collection, and if you want to get to know about the stream data, right, through which we have connected our Google Tag Manager, and if we want our measurement ID to know what is our measurement ID, so what we'll do, we'll go on data collection, we'll click on data streams, right? So as you can see, here is our data stream, and if I'll click on this, we will have all the details that we have already registered here, right? The measurement ID, stream ID, that is generated by Google Analytics automatically by default, right? So by this way, if you want to know your measurement ID again, you can directly go on to data stream and then you can choose which stream you want to know about, right? Then after that comes the data retention setting, right? If I'll click on data retention, here you can see it has selected for the event data automatically by 2 months, right? It means Google Analytics by default will be storing your event data of 2 months, right? And after that, what will happen after 2 months, your data will be automatically deleted. So now if you will not change this setting, Google Analytics will delete your data after 2 months. So we'll quickly change this to 14 months, right? So it is already set by default from Google side. As being Google, it is trying to save its storage, right? Then we'll click on save. So this is how we'll set our data retention, right? Now after this, let's come on to the main thing, right? The main thing, that is events, right? So whole power of Google Analytics is based on events and conversions. So Google Analytics or GA4 by default creates a lot of events of your website. But if you want to go with these default events, you can use default templates, right? Let's see. If I'll click on events, here you cannot see events because our data is not yet retrieved from our website. But if we want to create any event, so what we'll do, we can create a particular event from here by using this option, right? So now we'll understand how we can create our own custom events. And before that, I want to tell you a small thing, right? That is like in every event name that we will be creating, it should contain small characters, right? It cannot be an uppercase, it should be lowercase, right? And if we want to join like two words, if we want to join two words, then we will use underscore. So whenever we'll create any event on our Google Analytics dashboard, the name will be in small letters, okay? So whenever you will create an event, you have to keep this in mind, right? So I will click on create event, and now we will click on create. After this window will appear and it will ask for our event name, right? So as I told you, there is like particular suggestions given by Google Analytics itself to set our event name to, right? So now let's say if we want to collect the data of how many purchases a particular product of your page got, right? So after making the purchase, where they will redirect to a thank you page, right? So for that, what we'll do, we'll track our thank you page, how many thank you pages are being redirected. So what our ultimate goal is to know how many number of purchases people are making through our website, right? So we'll take that page from our website, the thank you page, and we'll create an event under that, right? So for that purpose, I will give this a name for thank underscore you, right? So this is our event name. Then after that, there are some parameters that we have to set. So here we will take the parameter as page title, right? So I will quickly select the page title parameter, and after that our operator will be equals to, right? And the value will be page view. Now here we have to keep in mind that our value should be in lowercase only. Then we will add a condition, right? After that we will take our parameter as page location, and then as you see we have to put our source, right? The thank you page URL, and here we will keep this equals only. Then we will go to our demo site and we will go to our thank you page. From here we will copy this page URL and paste it on the value, right? So now as you can see, what I have done, I have created our parameter, I have given the event a name, right? And how many times, like every time if a user will come to this page, right, after that this will trigger and it will tell Google Analytics that someone had made a purchase, right? So what we'll do, we'll simply click on create. So as you can see, our thank you page, or you can say our customized event has been created, right? Now if we want to understand a more complicated custom event, so let's understand and let's make a new customized event to track how many purchases are coming from Instagram, right? A separate social media handle from a social media handle, right? Where you have put your home page, where you have connected your home page. If you are running any let's say if you are running any ad or something, right? If you want to track like how many people are coming from that particular post or ad, you can also create a custom event for that, right? So now I will click on create, and after that I will give event name as Instagram, right? Now here we have to give an event name. So what we'll do, we'll give it as our parameter name as page title. We will keep the operator as equal, and where we'll put here as Instagram, right? Now I will click on add condition, and after that what we'll do, we'll go here and then we will write parameter as page referrer, right? And then in the operator section, what we'll do, we'll take as contains, right? We will select operator as contains, and in the value we will put Instagram, right? Now what will it do? It will take your data from the Instagram, right? From Instagram, how many viewers are there, how many people are coming through Instagram to your website and the particular page, right? So I will click on create, and now our another Instagram customized event has been created, right? So this is the way you can create your custom events. There are more detailed events that we'll discuss and we'll learn how to create them further in this course, right? So let's understand few other elements of these settings, right? If we want to connect, let's say if we want to connect any product of Google from our Google Analytics, so how will we going to do that? So as you can see under product links, if let's say we want to connect our Google ads, right, to track how many users are coming from Google ads, right, from your ads, how many purchases are being happening, so we can also track with the help of Google Analytics, right? So I will click on Google ads link, and then we have to link our account, right? So I will click on link, then we have to choose our Google ads account. So there are 3 Google ads accounts, so I will select this Google ad account and click on confirm. So now as you can see, it has been selected. I will click on next, then we have to configure the settings, right? I will click on next and review and submit. So now as you can see, our link has been successfully created. So our Google ads account has been successfully created with our Google ads. Now why it is useful? It is useful to track like how many purchases are happening through ads and how many people are visiting through your particular ad that you are running, right? So you can track a particular page view, right, or particular conversion action, right? So now let's understand how you can create an conversion using Google Analytics settings, right? So I'll go on key events, right? So as you can see, by default and purchase what conversion has been already set. So I will click on new key event, then we'll give it a name, like for example I'll set Instagram, right? Then I will click on save, and it will automatically put an Instagram event name here, right? And if we'll on this will become a key event, right? And it will display on your dashboard as well, the home page as well as a snapshot that how many conversions through Instagram you have created, right? So it is helpful to show you a brief and to know how many conversions are going on through your website, right? So we have learned some important settings through admin on our Google Analytics. So you have to keep in mind while putting, like if you want to store data, if you want to analyze data, you have to select these settings in a proper way, right? After this, in the next module, we'll understand these 3 tabs, like what are reports, what we can do using Explore, and what we can do using advertising.